Good morning, everyone. My name is Zhou. I'm a PhD candidate at Research Institute of Environmental Law of Wuhan University of China. I'm very glad to take this opportunity to communicate with all of you on this very interesting topic of the legal tools for sustainable futures in the Anthropocene. To answer these three questions, firstly, I would like to invite you to look at the new context for discussing our topic, both at the global level and the domestic level. The year 2015 has seen a significant progress on the global sustainable development. As you all know that the Sustainable Development Goals, which requires a strong need for legislative and institutional initiatives at national level, was put forward by the United Nations. I would argue that the SDGs will doubtless have a continuing influence on the theory of law and development, as well as the re-establishment of national environmental law. In recent years, the Chinese government has given an active political response by endorsing the concept of ecological civilization as a national development strategy. We can say that the global SDGs and the construction of ecological civilization in China meet together at this special moment. This is the context of my thinking on the shape of future environmental law in China. To briefly answer the first question on what is the main environmental challenge, I would say that the main environmental challenge in China is not the environment, but the development. After 3 decades of pursuit on economic growth and the recent endeavor on environmental governance, China has not yet found the proper way to balance these two sides. Faced with the environmental pollution and ecological damage, as well as the pressure of economic downturn, it is time to review this old but thorny problem, the relationship between economic growth and the environmental protection. The problem of environment should be integrated into the challenge of development. As for the key legal issue, on one hand, Chinese environmental law has become caught in the trap of over-legislating and non-compliance. After over 25 years since the enactment of initial 1989 Environmental Protection Act, China has enacted or amended near 30 laws in environmental protection field. However, environmental pollution and ecological damage are not yet under effective control, and the situation is even worse. On the other hand, the focus of China's environmental protection law has long been put on pollution control and administrative regulation. Economic, ecological, and social perspectives have not yet been taken into account. The environmental rule of law in China has long been fragmented and narrow-minded. So what are the legal mechanisms and areas of reform? My preliminary research shows that by broadening the covering scope of environmental law, which takes into account economic, ecological, and social or cultural perspectives, rather than allowing the continuation of the sharp boundaries of environmental law and economic law on development issues, environmental law will be formulated more broadly and be more effectively implemented. In the framework of SDGs and the objective of achieving ecological civilization, the Chinese environmental law should extend so as to cover all environmental issues arising from development. These include overarching aspects of planning of the national, provincial, and local economies, and of urban and rural environments. It should also involve more focus on the needs for the development of individuals. All of these should be directed to creating a new model of environmental legislation and repositioning the role of environmental rule of law in the process of achieving ecological civilization in China. Thank you for your listening. I'm very happy to hear more questions and comments. And a further communication is very welcome. Thank you.